Hey YouTube, 2 seconds, do my usual. You can't do this until I've started, that's why I've got to. Hey Joachim! Stockholm Syndrome, only 4 months of utter darkness. You get really Black Friday. It's kind of getting a bit dark here as well, I'll be honest. Not to Stockholm levels, I don't think. Oh, come on. Move this about, move this about. Hey Daniel! Have you put extra numbers on? We always 8277. Anyhow, how's it going? I imagine that was probably a text message telling me that I'd gone live, yes? That was useful. Missed it. I feel I've stopped doing that now. Hey, right fit for chaos. Only 1 more minute before we start drinking. Hey Ben! 8 o'clock bucky time. Oh, not possible to press hype like button. You might need to check your settings. I think it might boost your channel, not sure. I don't know. Do I have an option for that? There's no spike the like sounds. Chat rate, current viewers. Views? You're right, there's no likes thing. How the hell? I don't. What are YouTube trying to do to me? I don't know. I'll have a look at it. They must have changed something. It said something about putting adverts at the side instead of, I don't know. So there might be banners coming up selling things. Cheers. Hey, Victory House! You're normally first in. I've got a number 23. Quite nice. So yes, I've not poked myself in the eye yet with these strings, but it's going to happen. I bought another bridge, just a Temu one, but this one doesn't have any intonation on it, whereas I think I might get it. Oh, I could try and play some Jack Bruce. Yeah, so I'm only on the bridge pickup just now, which is incredibly microphonic. This is one I was shouting in. But I think that's maybe why it sounds so good. Hey, Cat Cats! So, tired starlings. We walked into natural birds climbing at the station. No strings could secure you at the station. Back to country, tired darling. Yeah, I think I must have played that at some point. I seem to know that one. Oh, Epi just released 3B. Might have done another one. They did an EB3 back in the day. It would be 98 was when I bought the first Epiphone EBO in Scotland. Possibly the first one in Britain, but it was definitely in Scotland according to the guy I bought it off, because I pre-ordered it when I first heard it was coming out, because I love my SG Epiphone SG guitar. There was no option to get one of these unless you got one of these. Gibson didn't even make one, so you could either get a Gibson, an original Gibson one, you could get some sort of copy. That was it, and Gibson hadn't made them since, obviously they make them now, but when I was looking 98, they hadn't Gibson. They did do was there something Z? It was like SG shape, but it had like active pickups and it was like a futuristic modern thing. It was horrible. But you couldn't buy a normal EBO. Yeah, Larks was all right. The guy, wee bit of a kerfuffle with the thing. I think you saw my rant in the video probably. Yeah, so I Benjamin went down and I looked at it. It was just, I took one look at it and the guy's like, yeah, maybe it should be like 100 quid, not like, because it looks all right now, but it was really manky and this pot doesn't turn. I tried it out and it sounded, obviously all cracking, but I knew I was getting some life out of it, but this pickup's dead. Although I have to actually take it to bits and have a look just to see if the wires come off it, maybe. Don't know, it's worth a look. Hey, Mr. Westic. Yeah, no, I've already mentioned that, but I've got a new bridge, and these are the good strings. I should have put up that picture, the one of I bought the more expensive Temu strings, the ones with the coloured ends, so they look like Ernie balls. And on the back of the packet, there's tells you what colours they are, and all the colours are wrong. It's like I was looking at it, and I picked up, I think it told me that, I don't know what have I got there, I've got the purple one, so it's like up here saying that was the E string. And it's like looking at it, and I'm like, it's a bit thin for an E string, and it's like they're not in order at all. So if you weren't paying attention, or you hadn't strung a bass before, you'd look at it and go, oh, that's the E string. You'd put it on, you'd cut it to length, you'd stick it on, and then you'd find out that it was actually for this. It was for this one, but you've already cut it to this length, so you need another packet of strings. Hey, Andrew, yeah. I always start at a couple of minutes too. Oh, did Mr. Whitesnake buy a Beamer? I've missed one of your videos. I didn't know you got a BMW. My pal Ronnie just got one of them. Do you like it more than your Gibson one? Well, actually, there's the Gibson one. Is actually, I found out this is 1975, so it's only 7 years older than the real deal. To be honest, immediately, I haven't tried plugging it in, but I picked it up just because I thought I'll be playing this tonight. And as soon as you put it on, this one, it's like that feels like an EBO. This feels more like a P-bass. Or a lot more like a P-bass than the EBO does, if you know what I mean. It's sort of halfway between, and it's got a much heavier body. It doesn't have the neck. It doesn't feel as fragile. That feels very fragile because it's so light and sort of dry. Hey, Mr. AG! Black man's Billy Cara. We got an EBO. I did have one. I think everyone's owned an EBO for a couple of weeks. I think I was a couple of days. I was well aware that they go for kind of all. At the time, it was like you could always get one for 50. You maybe get one for 40, and I managed to pick one up for 25. But I did have to drive to Loch Lomond to get it, and then I brought it home and I played with it for 1 hour, and then it was back on eBay. It's something. It's like, so I was just talking to my pal about this a minute ago. It's like playing the guitar's cool, but yeah, and stomping on a pedal and using a wah-wah, but using an EBO, it's like it's not cool. It's not like pure, yeah, look at me, I'm using Evo. It's like, oh, hold on while I hold this wee stupid plastic thing. Hover it over the strings. But yeah. It's Shaky Blues. Doing well, yes, I'm enjoying my Bucky. I'm not going to bother with that. I bought a can of cider last week because I only had slightly less than half a bottle of Bucky. And I drank, I don't know, that of it. And then once the live stream was over, I kind of tried to drink a wee bit more. You know, another 2 sips. I just poured it down the sink. Fuck it. Ebo's like using drumsticks on a piano. No, because using drumsticks on a piano is quite cool. You don't use it. It's like using an Ebo on a piano where it's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm playing some pure amazing music. Oh, are you? This has got super tight string spacing. It's great for playing. I don't know. I mean, what's it? The Ebo might speed up how fast it vibrates. I mean, I think it might make it vibrate more. I don't know. The neck dive of this is much better. This isn't a fancy strap. This is like just a material one. Okay, it's got a bit, but I mean, you know, just for reference. Yeah, that's got expensive strings on it as well. I put roto sounds on that, trying to use it the Sabbath band, but it's just, it doesn't feel as good as this one. I know what's happened. I'm looking at top chat, not all chat. There we go, or something. Then I'll be able to catch up. Oh. Yes, the neck dive is unbelievable, but it's like, I always figured that basically the Epiphone EBO is not a true EBO, because I had the Epiphone one, and then I got the Avon one, which is maybe, yeah, this is new. I only bought this yesterday. This is more like a baritone guitar for some reason. You can play chords on it. I'm missing something there. This conversation with this singing and dancing 20 men and plus 90-year-old women. Aye, sounds awesome. I've not done any setup in this either, just kind of plugged it in and made it work. I'm going to scroll up and see what Mr. Whitesnake's car is, assuming that I've missed it. Nope, I'm missing out somewhere. Oh, I've not seen the whole thing. Sorry, hold on. No. Hold on. Sorry. I can't. Oh. Yeah, who's bought new gear? Well, I try and work out how to move this flipping thing. Right, I'm doing that down there. There we go. Oh. Oh. How's getting you? Oh yeah, it's a big beefy pickup. It doesn't work though. It's only this one we're listening to. If you choose the change the pot, maybe the neck pickup will work. No, it doesn't have a reading on the ohm meter. I mean, no. I don't think this is a true mud bucker. You know, it's sort of the strange. I think this is. I don't know. I need to get it working at some point. There's an Artec one you can get, but the problem is they're much bigger than this. This is like this is more squarer than the Epiphone one, or the more modern ones. But I will have to try changing the pot. I suppose I could plug it in just and see what happens. I seem to remember, is it the resistance is completely stupid on a mud bucker? Like it doesn't fit. You know, you normally put it up to 20k. I think it might just not work. You got a pick holder in the shape of an orange amp. I know the exact thing. Yes. Bridge pickup is called FLT. What does that mean? I don't know. So but what else did you get in Temu? I haven't got my thing yet, but I got a Proco rat pedal bed throw, which is like a 2 meter square rat pedal. It's like, yeah. It's nothing better for putting on your bed. A fucking massive sleep in a rat pedal. A Lackland's Geezer Butler signature, nothing special, just a PJ bass. That SG looks smart. It does. I mean, that's what I was thinking. I'd love to use this with the Sabbath band. It's kind of got that. The one that Geezer Butler didn't. The thing is, you don't really know what Geezer Butler played because there's fuck all videos of Sabbath in their prime, and he had a brown P bass that was his only bass up until like 1978 or something like that, and then he borrowed Glenn Hughes's Rickenbacker. Or he got given Glenn Hughes's Rickenbacker, used it for one gig, which was the Never Say Die concert, and then get rid of it. And then on top of the pops, he had an SG, like a John Birch SG bass with white stripes on it, and he's also got another one that had like a sort of like a Telecaster almost, but he doesn't have a signature. Oh, you know, Jimi Hendrix has got a Stratocaster, Tori Oma's got the black, the SGs. So I can kind of do what I want. A 65 Trainer YBA bass head, but I think I might pass on it. Cool, but a boat anchor. I don't know what a Trainer is. That might be an American thing. Alright, yeah, it's here. Hey, Victory 86 a 3040. There's already a Victory House, so I might not notice if you say hello. Yes. Or Pantera Dimebag Darrow. I don't know. Probably no. I think there's lots of them. Again, it'd be like the original ones. Probably will be. They're not really my thing. Losing head. That's what you want. Yeah. Canadian. Nice. I don't know. I mean, I was using my. I've been after a 2x10 cabinet because I've got my wee after the end amp, which is a 200 watt Marshall that I put in a 1x15 bass combo. And I thought that'd be awesome to have a 2x10 sitting on top of it. So I bought a 2x10 and basically it came with a free head. So I ended up with a Trace Elliott 250 watt head, which I think is better than the Marshall. So that might be my new amp. The only problem was it was absolutely minging, stinking. It just smelled of mould. Could have been in some. Well, I picked it up from somebody's garage, but it pure smelled like that. And when we were in the studio, because it's sitting on top of an 8x10 cabinet, every time you go up near it, the fan is blowing the horrible smell through the dials in your face. So you kind of go past it. It's like just like fusty garage smell. But it seems to work quite well. Obviously, I'm using the rolling cube. I really feel if you don't. I was actually trying to play the bass through the wee, thinking what the best amp ever is, and it might be the Roland Microcube because the bass doesn't sound that bad through it, and it would be the bass cube, but it's expensive. Whereas you can pick up the Microcube guitar amp for, I paid 25 quid, but you can get one for 50, no problem. Definitely worth it. Loud and heavy, well, that's what you want. I don't know, I mean, it's like, you can get that stuff cheap because nobody wants to take it to gigs. You know, it's even the gigs I'm doing, it's like, you know, the 250 watt and a 2x10 is perfectly adequate for anything, really. Especially if you've got a sound guy. Because if you turn up with my big Marshall 400 watt thing, the sound guy can't turn you down. So he's like, oh, do you want to line out? And it's like, I suppose so, yeah. I might be able to EQ you a bit. You can't be the guy in the band with the smelly gear. Well, there's only the drummer and there's only the drummer and the other guitarist. The guitarist Craig's got all expensive stuff, so I've always got the smelly gear anyway. But I like the smell. Not necessarily the smelly. I like this, but I mean, to be honest, I do like it better than the Gibson one. It doesn't feel delicate. It needs a neck pickup. Or whether it needs an EBO pickup, because I'm not super keen on the sound of an EBO or the way it plays, but I love the way it looks. I like the way this one plays, and there's possibilities, but I don't know whether the Mudbucker pickup is what I want. I might have to put something else on it. Black Star Beam bass electric acoustic music amp for £100 less than I tried to buy it for last year. Well, there you go. That sounds all right. I don't know what a Black Star Beam is, but I mean, it sounds like the ultimate all-in-one. I know the wee Yamaha TRX, the wee white one. That's got like switches on it for a bass amp, and it should have it. I'm surprised the wee Rolling Cube doesn't have that. It's got an acoustic simulator on it, but it should have a bass amp. Okay, the volume only goes up to halfway or something like that, you know what I mean? But there should be somebody's going to try and plug a bass through this. A Westone Thunderjet bass. Oh, $150. That seems like that's a good buy there, Mr. Whitesnake. But I understand, especially since you bought a car, which I missed. Last week at the jam night, I had the orange Micro Dark through the PA. Well, through a cabinet first, or just straight through the PA. Hey, I'm Wales. Yeah, this is my new baby. Eros. 1975, I think. Or maybe slightly earlier than that, because I saw someone commenting that the earlier ones have got the dots. See, the fret markings aren't in the middle. Apart the one in the 1975 Rosetta catalogue does have the fret markings in the middle, so it might be 1974. Anyway, it's older than me, but I'm really enjoying having it. It's a K effector. I suppose I'm kind of build. I should maybe build one of them. I was looking at. I've got a wee guitar through there that I picked up. A wee gold Strat copy, and it's slightly flatter on the top. I reckon I could put two pedals in it, so I might just do that just for the sake of it. I remember trying to buy I don't know. The KFXer's the Les Paul one. What was the one that I tried to buy at one point? There used to be one that looked a bit like a Marlin Sidewinder, but it was a Strat with a bigger scratch plate. I remember trying to buy that, and it was a Fexer that had, I don't know, I can't remember. It had funny effects on it. But it could be interesting. It would be fun. I don't know if I would put much. Mind you, because you not replace the things that it does with, you know, like modern stuff, maybe. I don't know. Again, you get put off a bit by the K thing, because obviously K made an awful lot of very, very cheap guitars. They did obviously make higher end ones as well. But if a company's producing the £100 acoustic or whatever it is, that's the one they're going to sell 50 of them to every £200 guitar they've got. And the Goulds are really good. I'm actually thinking of stealing the neck off it, because it goes with Judge Death, because it's wherever he is there. He's a Gould, and it's the same headstock, but that would be quite good straight onto the wee J-Pax Bastard Caster, maybe. Straight into the PA. Sorry, I take it. It's not a tube amp, is it? It's the wee one. That's the micro dart, the micro one, not the tiny. The micro's the smaller one, in case you might frazzle it. All about the stereophonics. You wouldn't hear me if there was if somebody playing the stereophonics. I would just play Sabbath louder than them. I don't know any stereophonics. Eros or Eros? I could have played my stereophonic bass, yeah. I don't know, I assume it's the Greek god Eros or Eros. It's not Eros, it's Eros, isn't it? Erotic. It's not erotic. Or is it erotic or erotic? Is either right, you say, Tomato? The bastard cast? Aye, it's there. You know the one. Oh. It's in that bag, because I had it down on Air Beach. Because I was figuring the guy said this was in really good condition, so I took my bass amp down and the guitar, me and Jen. I was like, Jen could play something on the beach with the battery Roland. Set up basically my current rig. And this was just, there's no way this was playing without, you know, an evening of intense Malcoing. Well, that was because of stereophonics, of course, that would be good. Well, Eros? Is that, are you all erotic? Eros? Erotic? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's not, maybe. What's the other one? Orpheus. There's a brand called Orpheus, that like Italian, and they've got really cool looking guitars, but when you see them up close, they're like really shitty acoustics. I always think it looks like Orifice, so I think that's another Greek thing. Oh, but not having the controls. As old Phil. Yes, somebody actually commented on it the other day saying that, oh my god, YouTube's amazing. I've had one of these for years and never thought to just Google it, and it up came to me. He's got the same one, apart from his only had like a single volume in a tone rather than have 2 volumes in a tone or something like that. But apart from that, no. My pal Ronnie was actually asking where it was. It's one of those ones where it's kind of tempted to take the pickups out of it because it's got Seymour Duncan 59s in it. So I could probably sell them and get like 150 quid for the pair of them, something like that. If somebody wanted gold ones, it would be an amazing upgrade for like a Les Paul or something like that. So maybe sell them and then just put other pickups in it, and then I don't know. I quite like it. It was Largs Beach, not Air Beach, yeah. Silver Starco, Ibanez Paul Stanley. He is such. Is he the worst, the most slutty guitarist for having signature guitars? Because the thing is, he's got signature guitars, but all mad looking. He was a very early Iceman thing. Iceband's weren't popular when he had one to start with, and then he's got Washburns, he's got silver tones, a couple of shapes. He was a Gibson Sonex. He was a Gibson Marauder. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, what a whore. A Jobby Brown. I quite. So who's it? Someone said they had. One of my pals said he knows someone that's got an original 60s Strat, and it was absolutely fucked. And he bought it for, it was pure stupid money, £10,000 or somebody knew, and it was literally Jobby Brown, and it's like pure. Yeah, remember the cars that Ford Cortina, the colour Ford Cortinas used to be. It was that colour, not natural wood, brown paint. Like an original 60s colour. I've got all the shapes, so as a teenager, went in my band and bastard cost me a bit like... Yeah, I don't... I go on and off Kiss. So, they're alright. You give it, you go home and never play. I thought you were going to say play Oasis on it. But obviously, you can't play Oasis on it. You got you coming and going very good. I like that. Yeah, I don't know. Were Kiss ever big in Britain? They got you a pack of air guitar strings because they were the only thing less than $10 for a packet that said guitar strings. It's like, you like the rock and roll? Yes, I do. Yeah, that'd be nice. I've heard Steely Dan. I need to listen to Steely Dan. Steely Dan's one of those ones where you've just mentioned, is it Asia? AJA, that album, which I can't even remember whether I've got it or not. Obviously I know Reeling in the Years and the bum 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 bum, that song. It might be called Peg because I bought an album that had a song called Peg on it because one of my pals is called Peg. I don't really remember it. The Iceman is pretty cool. I remember that the Iceman I didn't get. It was a 1981 IC300, so before it was called the Iceman. It was a sort of pale metallic seafoam greeny type colour with white hardware, and it was sitting at 300 quid and nobody bid on it, and I missed it because my phone disconnected because I was at work. I wasn't meant to have it, but it was the perfect one. I remember Victor Morrison Town having a Silvertone Gene Simmons. Was that what it said? No, there was a Silvertone Paul Stanley signature bass, which was the Silvertone, and it was like kind of razor blades, and it was like pair of my pals like that pair. I thought Gene Simmons was the bass player in Kiss, but maybe not, because there's the Paul Stanley signature bass. Mirror Sovereign, yeah. I have to say I don't like the smashed mirror look on a guitar. I suppose they're talking about it might be good for shining spotlights on it, but it doesn't. To me, I just see that and I just imagine it being very sharp. I know it obviously won't be, there'll be some sort of cover over it, but just like pure, it just looks broken. I don't know. Hey Andy, how's it going? No, I didn't. I forgot about going to the sweetie shop in Largs, so I was still recoiling for how much it cost for a fish supper, although it was very nice. But it was only one bit of fish, and it was 14 quid. It was really nice though, but I want 2 fish, not just one. And I hadn't thought about this. The bucky species were good though. Asia or Asia is highly regarded by audiophiles. Don't want them in my neighbourhood. Yes. I don't know, but it's like, it's got to, I mean, it's like, see the element, I was watching a YouTube video on Johnny Rotten or something like that talking about, you know, try to strip back music and the whole punk ethic, and it's like, I do kind of get that, where you need something that's just fucking straight, like your Kiss chorus. I do need something like that, maybe not quite as extreme, but that kind of thing, or a catchy guitar riff that repeats on her so you can remember it. I can't, if it's just too much music in it, you can't follow it and you get lost. You know, I don't want. I like the idea of being able to listen to something for the 10th time and still hearing interesting stuff. There's other stuff, but that's not required listening. Rush suffer from this a little bit. It's like, you know, you hear a Rush song and it's like once you've heard it a few times, you start to make sort of sense to it. But all the Rush fans have heard it 1,000 times, so they're like, oh no, listen to this snare hit, and you know, you're like, oh. Did you see the reverb ad where they listed a Western Concorde 3 for 3,000? I didn't know, but I mean, the thing, it's a fun, guitars are such a funny thing. If that's what somebody wants, if you find the person that needs that guitar, and it's like you're talking about, you know, quality wise. I mean, obviously I've got the 1968 Gibson there. That's worth not that much money, but it's worth more than a new one is. Like a £200 more than a new one. Like what? How does that work? When, you know, obviously Les Pauls are worth a lot more. But I did say I was after. I'm in my mads. What I want now is stupid names on the headstock, but made in the same factory type thing. I want a bass. when I was looking up the catalogue to try and find this isn't in the Ibanez catalogue. There's similar ones, but Eros must have. It's like a luxury version. There's a bass that goes with that wee Telecaster. It's like the ivory colour one. It's a Telecaster bass. It's got the big scratch plate on it. It's got the square edged body. It's got a single pickup and a big fucking metal bit over the top of a Telecaster headstock. I want that. I think it might even be the same. You know, you get your Matsumoku number where it's like the Telecaster's a 2352. I think it's a 2352L. Something like that. Noddy Holder's hat. It makes sense. I can imagine them seeing Slade and going, whoa, fucking yeah, my God, they're good. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. If anyone, I don't know how you could say, like, Kiss weren't not as good as Slade. Slade are better than Kiss at that. Catchier, just as silly, musically much more interesting. The more you play for a guitar, the more likely you are to be disappointed. There is that. There was a point where I was very disappointed about thinking I should have haggled this down a little bit more because it's a bit fucked. But I've never seen another one. I like it now. But I mean, now it's worth £100 I paid for it. When I bought it, it wasn't. Hey, Mini Guitar Society. Eros, the God of Passion, get a tarp. Did you get tarp guitars? No, but I said I wanted this is a couple of years ago. I remember talking about this with that Arbiter, when I got that Arbiter Flying V. And really, it is a Flying V. As opposed to being like a copy of a Flying, it's like, that's what a Gibson Flying V is like an old Gibson Flying V, not like a new Gibson Flying V. It's better. It's more like an old one, because it is old. And then thinking you just got to look for them, and the ones you're going to get that are the ones I want aren't going to say Ibanez on the headstock because people will know what they are. I remember looking up the Ibanez, I did Ibanez Telecaster Deluxe, you know, the black one with the humbucker in the neck. And it was like, in the video, I remember going like that, pure, I can see why the lawsuit thing was happening, because I've had other copies, but this one was just like, this is as good as the Fender, totally, 100%. And I looked them up and they were going for like $1,000 and stuff like that. And then a couple of years later, I ended up with the exact same guitar, but it says CSL on it. And it was 150 quid, 130 quid. Oh. A weird picture-in-picture ad? I think so, yeah. The Telebass that they made in the Echo factory in Italy too, did they? Wow. It can't be the Japanese one, but I mean, I don't know. There's things going on. I'm not. Yeah, I did. I put on a thing with it said something about not putting ads in, and there's not going to be any ads anyway because I was playing Donna Summer too well earlier on. Although I would like to get a hit for Donna Summer. Yes. Where can you buy a CSL from? I don't know. You got to look up. I mean, I've got my favorite brands at the moment are, well, Eros, Arbiter for the Flying V, and we've got Yazuki, Antoria, CSL. What's the fourth telly? Oh, that's that thin line. Okay, yeah, that's not one of them. It's not mine. Well, that is mine. It's an Alice Cooper picture. It's not mine. I'm just looking after it. Same with the Fender badge. Although I did see somebody, I was like to Jen, oh, use the Fender badge, I want that. It's from a shop. Like a proper Like, there's no way that's a commercially available thing. That's an industrial piece of Perspex with Fender written on it and a fucking light bulb in it from the 60s or the 70s, maybe, I don't know. But no, neither of them are mine. One of Jen's pals, I think he's dead actually, did quite a lot of stuff for Alice Cooper, but was just a mad Alice Cooper fan. It's from a film I've never seen. Good to See You Again. Just a cool hand-drawn picture. I'm just looking after it, basically. And same with the red sign. But I saw someone selling a Gibson USA shop neon sign for £1,000 in Facebook Marketplace. And if that Gibson USA sign is worth £1,000, that's worth 10 grand. But I have to give them back, unfortunately. I'm selling advertising space. Well, that's what I'm getting. My payment is getting to look after that while I've got the JPAC sign up. No, but I don't know how you find these things. The thing is, you've got to look for the Tempest stuff like that. You know, it's like you just got to. I kind of know what I'm looking at now. Looking for, even though this was terrible pictures and it looked crap. I think it's the advert's still up. It's got in the picture. It's got a Travelling Wilburys sticker on it. But you can kind of look at it and go, it's something funny about it. You know, it does have, why has it got like a fancy veneer in the headstock? It's kind of weird. Your neurotransmitter? Oh god, that sounds awful. Whatever neurotransmitters are. No, I think, to be honest, what I'll probably get is a Mad Malco guitar sign. You can get like a neon sign made for about tenner on Temu. I like, obviously I've got the lights on just now so you can see me, but I quite like having a sort of, the red lights kind of makes it feel a wee bit like Blade Runner or something, you know, when I've got like that and I've got a wee lamp there and a wee lamp there without the big lights on. It's quite cool. Whereas the problem is, it is a lot of the time is stumbling and stuff, but it's not. I mean, people were always saying to me, you know, it's like before, oh, you're so lucky being able to find these things. It's not being so lucky. Well, an element of it is I've got a few people who send me, because they kind of know they've watched my YouTube videos, they kind of know the sort of stuff I like. So if a West Tone does pop up and somebody, one of my pals or somebody I know in my, I don't know, 100 people or whatever it is, sees blah, 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 and it's only 5 minutes old, they'll send it to me. So I do get sent, I mean, cheers to everyone. Thanks. I think it was Ronnie sent me this. Just because I know the sort of thing. I've sent a lot of shit I don't want, but there's that a little bit. But it's also been able to go and drive and get it. You know, I had to go and get it in Largs. It's like, oh, you're so lucky. It's like, I had a look on eBay and there was nothing. You're like, well, aye. You buy something on eBay, it's like, you're not going to buy one this week. You might find something this week, but you got these things that you just got to. You know, like me, you pop it, you try to pop. Yeah, you're just constantly on the lookout, and you've got to not be after anything specific. I mean, that's what I'm saying. My list of guitars is, I'm not after. I couldn't say no to the last couple. What are the last few I bought? The white P bass. It's white though, and the white Yuzuki. It's a Yuzuki. It's silly name, Yuzuki. Never heard of it before. It's maple neck. It's a Telecaster. It's white. It's Japanese. White P bass was so cheap I couldn't say no, and I managed to fix the neck with washers. This, look at it. There is an iron. I was going to buy it back. I'd imagine it probably sold forever. It's probably sold ages ago. It was only 60 quid or something like that. It's like, I think it was a Squire, right? But it's got 5 pickups in it and different switching and stuff like that. But I don't know. I was going to buy it back, put a pedal in it, and sell it for more. No, you can have it. Well, you can look at specific things, but actually, I know Mr. Whitestate doesn't have any money just now. Nah. There is the Roadstar is for sale. It's on Facebook Marketplace right now. Is it in Manchester? If you say, what Roadstar would you want? Like to have, obviously, which Roadstar do you want? What's the most expensive one? your man's fucking Steve Lukather one. Yeah, but no, the one that I would actually want for me, the RG200 white. It's not the ideal 100%. Ideally, I'd want the 1986 one because I think it's got the Super 70 pickup in it. This has got the modern, the EMG looking pickups. So it's white, it's hardtail, and it's got a V profile neck. Oh, I want one of them. It is a buyer's market, yeah, totally. You're trying to tell you, but it does sound bad. I don't know. I wouldn't be messing with them. That sounds awful. Have you recovered? Like, was it something you? Is it an ongoing thing? I hope you're all right. It's effective for years. Definitely £500. Well, exactly. There is a point where you start going. I've maybe looked at it at that. In my head, I had it. They're normally about 250 odd. But that's. I mean, is it in bits? I don't know. It makes such a difference whether these things are going to work. I mean, it's like I took the risk with this because obviously I went and got it. I knew the volume control wasn't working. And I assumed, I hoped the neck wasn't going to be twisted, and all these things. You know what I mean? There's only so much you can check. Hepatitis. I don't really know what that is, but I mean, I hope you're all right. I'm pretty sure it's not life threatening. I hope. So you're playing random solos. It's happy or not, you were too early with that solo. It's my neurotransmitters, mate. I'm telling it, it's like the solo's coming up, but it's already away. So I shouldn't be laughing at it. It sounds awful. It does. Sorry for laughing at you. I'm just trying to make light of the situation. No, that sounds terrible. Ibanez Roadster. Is it your Ibanez Roadster? I saw one of them. I see the RG530. I don't like the shape of it. My one, see, because it's got the Antigua type finish, it's nice, but see the one that doesn't have that inside bit, it kind of, this horn's too short. It looks weird. It's not a pleasing design. It needs to have that thing breaking it up. There's also, I don't know what it is I don't like about that Roadster. Is it the advert for the Roadster? It's 450. Well, there you go. So I mean, it's 530. A 530. That's a much higher one than a 200. So I mean, I would have been considering it if it'd been 200 quid. Hey Vic26, how's the Fender Vaporizer? It was banned from in here because it was too ugly by Jen. She was like, she just walked in and went, no, that you can't have that there. That fucking minging. So it's through next door. Ultimately, it doesn't go. The plan for the YouTube room when it's some with the big amps and stuff in it, because I'm just even. Okay, I've got the wee orange there, which is a fantastic little amp. I've actually also got an Ashdown 180 watt bass amp sitting there, which was the plan to use them, and I'm using the 2 cubes. It's just, I'm fine with it. Maybe I'll grow on and I'll get fed up with it and I'll want to get the valves back, but it's just nice and easy. Hey, Big, you play classic guitar, sir? As in classical guitar? No. I can play Black Sabbath on a classical guitar or Iron Maiden on a classical guitar, but I can't play actual classical guitar. It's too difficult. I do actually have one. I'm really annoyed. I bought a Tirada one to match my favourite acoustic. It was only a £5. And I put strings on it, and then in the move, I went to play it, and one of the strings just snapped. Bastard! So I need to, next time I'm on 10, I need to buy acoustic strings and get that back out. Sir, I get called sir all the time, alright, sir? You know what I mean? Did you see the thumbnail for tonight's stream? I walked out, I made a mistake of walking down the hill to the Lidl. You can totally see it out the window. It's not far. It's, half a mile, maybe, but it's fucking like that. There's 68, 20, 66 and 20, just shy of 100 steps in a fucking row that kind of zigzag coming up the hill. It's an absolute nightmare. I nearly passed out on the way back up. It was terrible. I didn't start. I started out on a cheap electric guitar, but the wee classical stuff's great fun. It's like, see when someone's talking about getting yourself a travel guitar, and the people are paying hundreds of pounds. I used to have one. It was a Washburn Rover. It was actually all right, and it was fine. It wasn't like a super expensive one. You get them much more expensive than that. They're maybe about £200 new or something, and it really was. Yeah, this is really good, and it had its own wee case that fitted in the luggage of a thingy, and it was great. And you're like, yeah, and it's like, see, to be honest, see, just having like a small nylon stringer that you can pick up, even a cheap one, it doesn't have to be a particularly good one. They always sound all right, the wee nylon stringers, so you can pick one up for 20 quid or something and then travel with that, and you can give it to someone, you can burn it if you get cold, you can leave it, you can get everyone you meet that's cool to sign it, all that sort of shit, rather than having your wanky fucking sitting in the hotel. No, you want one that you can, it's like pure, oh no, it's like pure, oh, well, do you want to go to the beach? Take your guitar? Oh, I don't want to take my guitar. It might mess up. But like, fuck it, I've got my wee nylon stringer. Of course, let's go down to the beach. We'll fill it with sand. You know what I mean? I forgot about the YouTube. I do quite like this space. Unfortunately, the guitars have snuck in. There's not too bad. There's just like piles of them. It's kind of respectful. I could maybe have another stand up there and have another one up. Aye. Bullseye, is it? Did they still win the Fletcher speedboats? Someone from a council estate in the middle of Manchester. Oh, we've got a jet ski. Woo! I never used to watch TV in that era. I remember Bullseye being on, but I didn't watch it. Didn't watch telly. Bagel, that's a disgusting number that I cannot divulge, but there's a lot. Too many. I'll see if you want a trouser press, go looking in charity shops. There's always trouser presses. Oh, is anyone getting new about this jumper? Not that I'm particularly a huge fan, but I did quite I like the colour. It's like, see, I've got like a hoodie that's got. And the thing is, I also wear this. I wear a silly hat similar to, is it Cartman who wears a hat? This is Dead Kenny. Yeah. The problem with charity shops, it's the same with the guitars. I'm kind of getting the same thing when I keep buying stuff because it's cheap. But it's the same with the guitars. It's like I'm not specifically looking for a white P bass. I mean, I love the way it's got an offensive headstock on it. I wasn't looking for it, but it's fucking amazing. And it was cheap enough that I couldn't say anything else. Too much good YouTube going to tell it. I mean, I haven't watched anything on the TV. Certainly since I moved here. When I was in Milton Campsie, only a couple of times when the internet went down did I watch telly for like an evening, and it was like pure wow adverts, and it was like really. I found it really jarring that if I wanted to go for a piss, I had to wait till the adverts. What you're telling me to go make a cup of tea now? I don't want to make a cup of tea now, and not be able to pause it. No, I'm not interested in that. And at £9.75, mod, yeah, but the classical guitars. I mean, the thing is, that's like those Tirada ones I've got. If you're going to charity shops and boot sales and looking at them, you do get those shit ones that were in Argos, the ones that you can tell by looking at them they're not an expensive guitar. You'll get one of them for 20 quid, which again is fine if you're going camping or something. You can still batter it, and if you're good enough in the guitar, you can make it work. But if you look about, you can get a Madeira or a Tirada or you might even get an Ibanez for 20, 30 quid. A Scottish countryside holiday. Well, there's it's like here in Wales, it's not too bad, so I don't mind offending English people. But see, like the really nice bits, England, like the scenic country bits, that's the sort of shit bits of Scotland. you have a lot of guitars that suck, or maybe it's you. Well, but if you enjoyed doing it. The contestants are Scottish as well. Oh, that'd be fucking... Imagine that. It's happening. Oh, we've won a weekend away. Where is it? It's 45 minutes down the M74. Huh? Hey! That's what Treasure Telly tried to leave a comment. I don't know. I mean... YouTube's too much in it. It's not even like I'm watching good quality stuff on YouTube. I'm watching fucking something about the... you know, you can get like... What was it? The most... It was something to do with Lego, and you can buy like what look like plants, like for adult Lego, not that kind of adult Lego, not the sort of Mr. Whitesnake would be into, but like, you know, and it's like, maybe a bit something about that size, and it looks like a flower, and it's like just lots of bits of Lego that's made out of, and I imagine it must be expensive, but it's not like a toy, and it's bizarre. You get like adult Lego, and again, not the Mr. Whitesnake, you know, no big plastic willies and stuff, you know, just like, you know, art. It's bizarre. It's complete control of the whole country, but there is a bit of that, Stevie. I don't like that. Was that not the famous thing with the power grid in the UK? Basically, they had spikes, so they had to ramp up the generators at like, I don't know, 7 o'clock when Coronation Street or EastEnders, whatever one we had adverts in it, was on, and then they would have to ramp the power up again at the advert break, because that was when everyone in England put on their kettles, so that there would be there would be noticeable power spikes, like before, at the advert break, and after EastEnders, Coronation Street, whatever it was. The ITV drama YouTube channel episode. I watched that. I watched Sharp. I do. I mean, Sharp is fucking good. I like it. It was Sharp's. What was it he'd done? It was the Borg Queen. She was trying to do some deal with the king, with some priest, some Spanish priest, but it was the Borg Queen, and she wrote a letter to somebody about how Sharp had tried to molest her, but they'd never even met. So that was the story. It was good though. Lego is not. I can imagine it's not cheap. I saw the Lego Death Star. It's like $1,000, and it's like, I don't know, what's the point? A Marlin Sidewinder and Oxfam shop for £40. They're kind of not worth it. Shaky Blues. It's like, you used to see a lot of them. I remember having one before. The problem was they look cool. If you know what I mean, the necks aren't that. There's just much better. The best guitar you can get is one of the one. If it's Encore, have a look at it, because quite often there's a lot of Encores that are quite good. There are shit ones, but you'll know that by looking at it. But the ones that are just like the sort of Strat copies, they're maybe not brilliant, but you can adjust them and make them play pretty fucking good, and you can end up with a good guitar. Something like a Marlin Sidewinder is kind of beyond ever being, well, that's a good guitar. It could be an acceptable guitar, I suppose, but it's never going to be good. Hey, Dave. I've not really met so much. I've just been talking pish. Missed some Donna Summer. Don't like talking about football. We were in the studio, and I was... Actually, I have a wee bit of an understanding. There's that pair of folk talking about it being brilliant. It was like, apparently it was like Denmark are in the World Cup. Scotland are, Denmark are, Scotland are, Denmark are. 92nd minute, Scotland are. So it was like, and when I came home from the studio, I put it on YouTube and the highlights, and it was just somebody done it with their... It was just like with somebody's phone, the last goal or whatever. And it was just like, everyone was so happy. And it was so nice seeing all these happy people. It was like, maybe I do kind of get, I can understand. It's that whole thing when you win. I don't know. I just don't think there's as much hatred in that game as there are in many, many, many games. You know what I mean? Like a Rangers-Celtic match or whatever, where you hate the other team. I don't think they hate Denmark, or Denmark hate Scotland. There's no... For this 90 minutes, yeah, totally, we hate each other, blah, 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 but after, you know what I mean, there's no fights or anything, I don't think. Lego Death Star, Les Disney Star Wars, love the Lego, use the Lego bits to plug the holes on the Black Manson. Oh yeah, I need to talk to you about fucking shielding paint. Where the hell did you get that shielding paint? I fucking look like a mechanic. I went to the toilet about lunchtime today after I've been working on your guitar all fucking morning. Like that, and had fucking black lines like I had war paint on. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, whatever it is, it comes off in your hand. So everyone's just got black fingerprints all over my kitchen. Aye. Also, I had to insulate both your stereo input jacks because they just kept shorting out on it. Did Wales win as well? I can't remember. Did Wales qualify as well? That'd be cool. Imagine the party if it's Scotland v Wales and a thing. Everyone's just like, up here, we're at the World Cup, yay! I don't know who won, doesn't matter, we're both here, woo! It'd be a super party. The Borg Queen still has the mouth with no teeth, doesn't she? I think she's just still got a mouth, she's just got no body. You just take her sexy spine out. Yeah. Completely lost interest in electric guitar and acoustic stuck to me. These things happen, Stevie. I bet you it wouldn't have been a conscious decision either. I now play an awful lot more clean. It kind of seemed to happen with the Corker guitar because it's got so many switching options on it that are all good clean. And now I basically just play clean. I don't even have a rat pedal plugged in anymore. I've got a tube screamer for a wee bit of dirt. You know what I mean? Who's to say? £10 Onkers endorse them. Exactly, they're fine. They're good. I mean, I do have limits to what I can buy. I used to buy, I used to have it if the guitar works or can be made to work with nothing more than strings and a bit of a clean for 20 quid. That's it. You know what I mean? Just buy it. No brainer. But there are ones where I wouldn't bother buying it. The ones that are, that horrible wood. It's just like, I know that I could make it work, but it's not financially viable. Even if I was going to try and sell it, I could make it work. It's not going to be worth more than 50 quid because you can buy them for 20 quid. And it doesn't make any difference whether it plays or not. I'm trying to sell a wee Westfield SG just now with no interest at all. And there's other folks selling the Westfield SG and it's like, yep. There's selling one for 100, there's one for 80. Do they play well? Oh no, I'll buy that one for 80. I don't want to pay £100, I'll pay £80 for one. Yeah, but this one's been set up and you've seen a video of me playing it and I've told you it plays as good as a Gibson, because it does. Oh, I'll save £20 like that. I'll get one with a fucking bent neck and frets that don't work. 7-1 to Wales, that was quite a lot, yeah. Now, the shielding paint's sort of a good idea. It's just, reading that, I can't understand why you did it. Andrew reading that fucking manual. Naphtha is the best guitar. It sounds like a really, I don't know, it sounds like it's some sort of derivative of opium or weed or something. I'll give you some naphtha, don't you worry. Smoke a wee bit of that, you know what I mean? Like that. I wonder, does it clean nitrocellulose? That's another beef I've got. See, nitrocellulose compared to poly. Well, okay, poly on the neck. This has been painted black at some point. That Gibson SG 1968. It looks fucking ancient, right? The Gibson Les Paul. I've got the 58 reissue from 1974. Looks fucking ancient, right? This is only the same year as it. What did I say? 74, 75. This doesn't look fucking ancient. It doesn't have that fragile, it's going to break thing going on about it because... Okay, it's a wee bit... Hang me. Whatever works, keep playing. Well, that's it. You got to keep playing, yeah. Lighter fluid doesn't clean. How the fuck do you clean manky nitro? When you put lighter fluid on it, it goes on, evaporates. What you're doing is that you get a shiny bit, and then you go, oh, there's not a shiny bit, and you end up dragging this shit. It sticks to the surface. It's fucking awful. I don't like it. Painted black. Now I get the joke. It might have. But I think originally this was that colour. Like a really fancy. It's not plywood. It's like a pancake construction. You can see it round bit where it's bashed. But I kind of like the black. And it's like, I kind of don't want to change it. coated in plastic. That's what you want to do. Which is why, okay, somebody's painted. It's obviously not been looked after. Also, it's not been looked after because it was much cheaper. £79 brand new in 1975, this was, by the way. I don't know how that works, how that scales up to now. I bet you that's fucking 600 quid or something. The long goal I saw that at the end, that was the one where it was like, they're not just, they're all standing in front of the goal like that. No, don't score, hold on, right, bum, boof. Yes, no, I thought that was quite funny. I think it should suit this Tabith tribute, this, with the right pickup in it. Just, it's got that beat up look. I don't know, and ultimately there's a hell of a lot in how it looks and how I feel about playing it. Probably more than, you could give me like an Ibanez sound gear or a, like one of these modern basses, and it's not as good as something that looks like this, because I'm not going to play it as well. I'm not going to feel cool, therefore I'm not going to play cool. You've got to feel cool, and that's where it would come in. I mean, I'm sure the rest of the band would love it if I bought like a Fender standard P bass. I wouldn't feel cool playing a Fender standard P bass. It would have to be some sort of fucked up, an Eros P bass or something like that. You know what I mean? 620 quid. Well, there you go. Yeah, and is this better than? So there you go. So, and it's not a Gibson. So how much is the Gibson one? 900 quid. It's better than the Gibson, the current one, for sure. It's better than that 68 one, and that 68 one. When I was really gutted when they came out with the Gibson SG bass, because they hadn't made it forever, and I eventually managed to get the EBO and all that, so I went in and tried it. It was like 900 quid, and it was nothing compared to that. It was nothing. A couple of Ampegs, can't remember what they are. My father on bassist said he played a couple of crackers back in the day. I don't know anything about Ampegs. I don't think so, no. No, it's just a really nice piece of rosewood. It's also triple bound. Exactly the same as what's on my Westone Prestige. It's a Matsumoto guitar, so it's basically exactly the same as what's on the Westone Prestige. This is the luxury one. It's got enclosed tuners that are made entirely of metal. It's got a 3-piece neck. 3-piece, but the neck is to die for, by the way. It's really thin. That's why it's only 15mm space. Neck space, so the strings are really close together, but that's why I keep trying to play pure silly things. There you go on the online calculator. So £600, and it just goes to show that, okay, let's assume that this isn't all dented and stuff, and the pickups both work, and this one probably wouldn't have been microphonic when it was new. It's still not a good bridge design, but the intonation doesn't seem bad. Huh? That was slightly out. Perfect. Perfect. A wee bit off that one. So I mean, how can it? Is intonation a myth? It's a bit, okay, now. It was about time I listened to all the Beatles stuff again. Want to buy a Martin but can't find one sound better than your 1970 Greco. That's the problem is as well. You're coming in for going to look at them. You've got your Greco. I'd imagine you probably had it for years and you probably didn't play thousands of pounds for it. So in order for a guitar to be worth the £1,500 or whatever it is a Martin costs, or £2,000, it's got to be noticeably better than your Greco. And is it? And is it cooler? I always think this. Is it cooler? You see someone go like that, that's a pure amazing guitarist. What kind of guitar he's got? Oh, he's got a PRS. So it's like, oh, he's playing what's that? A Yazuki? You know what I mean? It's much more impressive. So you can kind of overplay. I feel a bit like this as well. I think maybe the Gibson's too. I don't want folk to ask me about a Gibson. It's 1968 Gibson, great man. So what about it? It's all hype. What about this? Eros, there we go. Matsumoku, yeah. I think there's more to be said. I think does anyone here have a Roland Microcube? Does anyone here not have a Roland Microcube? More to the point, because if you don't have one, you should buy one. Just keep your eye on Facebook Marketplace. We see one for 40 quid. Just fucking buy it. Honestly, if you're ever going to try and record something into YouTube, or just fucking break the headphone socket, plug it in. Jazz chorus sound is great, and I'm demoing expensive guitars on it. I demoed a PRS Silver Sky on that last week using a £25 Roland cube. Plugged straight into the desk, and it sounded fucking great. It sounded better than half the other stuff I've got. So guitar inflation is only 7.8 in the last 50 years. Gigs used to be cheap. It used to be. Well, look at the records go the opposite way though. What's the one I've got? Rainbow. It's got a special price $7.99 on it. So it cost £8 for Rainbow on Stage, a double album in 1977. So what's that? There you go. So it cost fucking $7.99 for 10 times that. So that's £60 that record fucking costs. If it was £79 is £600 here, then $7.99 is £60. Mental. Where people used to go. My cube was the first ever amp, sold it a decade ago for cash, but just buy another one, Andrew. Honestly, it's like if it didn't run on batteries, it would still be a great wee amp. The thing I don't like about it, the handle's shit. And I put an amp handle on it, but then because I've now got two pedals velcroed to the top of it, I had to take the handle off. It's got a shit handle. But I mean, just for the fact that it's a wee crappy tiny amp, it sounds better than every practice amp. You don't need one. You never want to play at someone else's house, and you never ever want to play quietly. Because I mean, that's what it comes down to. Honestly, in here, the Roland Cube sounds better than my Orange TH30 at this volume. The Orange TH30 is on and just able to do this volume. Obviously, once you've got that cranked up, it sounds fucking marvellous. The cube disappears, but you're not. How often are you playing at that volume? And the answer is at rehearsals and at gigs. You're not going to take the cube to that. When you're in the house, you don't need any more than that. You can get an adapter plug for the Microcube, replace the handle with a guitar strap, and you can wear it. But no, you don't need any sort of adapter. It just takes it's just got guitar strap buttons on it. Okay, it's got this one. It's got a wee shitty handle, but it's just held on with. It's literally got strap buttons on it. But actually, what I found out was, see, because I've got a good handle on the other one, I can actually carry both of them, the cube and the bass cube and the Microcube. And there you go, and I'm sticking a couple of pedals in the front of it. Anyone can do that wiring. All you do is run a fucking daisy chain off the battery connector. Oh. The Clash twice, £3.50 and £4. That's all. I mean, you're old though. No disrespect to you there, Andy, with the Clash. I saw Ozzy Osbourne for £9. You know what I mean? The Love the Spark Go, yeah, it depends, but I'd see that. I kind of like the sounds on it, but the thing is, it's like, I like the way that one's just got, I mean, even though it's got lots of effects and stuff on it, the only sound on it is that jazz chorus one. And that's a good sound. I just want one really fucking good guitar sound. And the thing is, I get a lot of these things, it's like, the worst one was I had a line 6 version of that before it, and it had like, I don't know, fucking 5 banks of sounds and all. And I just spent hours trying to get a sound I could use. I couldn't find one. And I think a wee bit of that with the Spark is like, oh, that's kind of, I'm really, really fucking picky. See if it sounds like it's an AM radio or it's like pure digitally processed. My brain goes, that's fucking digital, sounds shite. I can't help it. Whereas the jazz chorus on that doesn't do it. As soon as you put phaser on it, it's there. But I can't abide by most multi-effects units because as soon as I hear it, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what effects it is on, I just hear that digital fucking thing that I don't like. A plug adapter, these plugs, I thought, you can run it, you can just get a power bank. Run it off it. Oh. How much? A penny caramel. I don't know, but I saw someone saying they wanted to kill themselves on Facebook the other day. It was like £1.19 for a Freddo. I think that wasn't a train station, but hey, Doug Telestrat, the Nux Mighty 8 is as good as the Cube. How much does the Nux 98 cost? I'm going for this is like the best guitar is the Yamaha ERG thing where you can get a Cube. If you look on Facebook Marketplace right now, I bet you can get one for 40 quid or 50 quid. Whereas the Nux one, yeah, you can maybe get one for 100 quid or you might be able to find one. I don't know. The only thing wrong with the Cube is it doesn't have a good distortion channel. All the distortion sounds are shit, but the thing's fucking 20 years old. Well, there you go, Mr. Weiss. That's exactly it. Pedal power. And honestly, it was only when I moved in here and I started using that to do this, that the batteries, I changed the batteries, and I've done 2 downloads with that pedal and multitudes of times out with Jen in the car and stuff like that. Just, it's not like if you don't have a power adapter, it's not like you get 6 hours out the batteries. It must be, maybe at full bung you get 10 hours or something like that, but you're never playing it at full bung. Maybe a day's gigging, busking. I think the big trick is just to get it to not sound boxy. Because, I mean, even like the wee Black Star Fly, I saw someone sell one of them for 20 quid in Mount Campton, but if you don't, they're fucking good as well. They've got a good distortion sound, they've got no clean sound, but the one sound that they do is quite good. It's probably, it's right on the border. It's loud enough for guitar lessons, basically, or if someone's playing an acoustic and not a dick. That's where the thing, I mean, even like, I don't know. But keep your eye open when you do, because they must pop up all the time. If you see a Cube for 25 quid or something, just fucking buy it. And then you've got a battery amp. When am I ever going to use that? You'll find somewhere to use it. You can put a PA through it as well. The Fly is awesome as well. But yeah, again, it comes down to see if you're... Obviously, the Cube would be pretty good at this, but if I'm talking about playing in the house at the volume of a loud telly, you know what I mean? Like a family arguing type volume. That kind of thing, rather than, there's kids asleep or something like that. Whereas if the Fly just has, I mean, considering what it is, the only thing I would change about the Fly is it's too square. So it's kind of fucking awkward to carry, because it's like, see if it was just, I don't know, obviously there'll be acoustic reasons for that, but I would love it if it was just a little bit thinner, so it would kind of fit in your jacket pocket or fit in a gig bag. It's one of those ones that's just too deep if it was a bit thinner. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones where if you're learning to play the guitar, what have I got? I've got an Encore Strat, and I've got a Black Star Fly, and I've got a lead, and I've got a tuner app on my phone. That's it. You don't need any more than that to get going. I actually gave a bass to as a pure brick, I actually gave a bass to my next door neighbour when I moved in. He's like, because I used to play the bass years ago. I've always thought about it. I've had an old Stag There's an amp. I'll just fucking go around and just give it to him. Give him that and a shitty amp. There you go. He seemed dead excited. But it's like... that's what the fun is. It's fine. Your wee Donner's really good as well. Yes, Alex. I totally agree. That's great. I don't know. I mean, I know I actually had a thing on Temu last night, was it? And they were talking about it was a 5 something. They've got like a wee amp that's tiny, but it's modern. It's got 2 speakers on it. I think it's maybe about that size. And it's kind of... I just wonder what technology has brought to the thing. Because, I mean, that wee one, the wee Dean Markley one I like, which is the same as the Marshall MS1, the desktop Marshall, which I think you can still get. I've got a Dean Markley, that's from the 80s, and it's the exact same fucking amp. It's the same circuit, you know what I mean? You can tell it's exactly the same sound, and that was... now you must be able to get one. The Donner is the right size. I wonder how loud it is. I remember being really impressed, but it's just like, but it's a technology thing. It's like, you should be able to buy something that's the same size as the wee Marshall fucking thing that's been about since the 80s. That sounds better than that and has modern technology in it. Yeah. A wee 3, an orange mini crush, right? Cool. That's probably I know the one. Into an 8-ohm cab. You busk. Well, there you go. If you get any Temu AliExpress humbucker suggestions for the Iceman, just need black bobbins. What do you mean, black bobbins? They do a really good looking DiMarzio Super Distortion, because you can't buy a DiMarzio Super Distortion now because they're I would have thought the Iceman pickups would be good. Have they got to be a certain colour to make it look like a... Oh, right, okay, these black bobbins. I would get the DiMarzio Super Distortion looking ones. They're fucking ballpark. But I like DiMarzio Super Distortions. Those ones that... What are they designed to drive your tube amp? And so basically what it means is if you're into Metallica and stuff like that, they fuzz out far too early. But if you like 60s shit, like me... then they're perfect. A 10-watt Sub-Zero. Rechargeable. Well, there you go, I mean, to be honest, I've not looked at all these things, but that's the thing when it comes in. If you're going to spend, I mean, that'll be 100 quid's worth or more than that. Well, I suppose a new Roland Cube is as well. I wouldn't be spending 120, 150 quid on something that I was going to maybe have. But if it's 25, 30 quid... and it's good. I mean, it even comes down to someone coming over and fucking, talking, for a jam at your house. It's like, you've got a rolling cube and you fucking plug whatever it is you've got. Oh, I've turned up. I've got an electric sitar. Do you? Here, plug into the cube. You know what I mean? Ugh. The stock one's a bit shitey. Well, where's the Ibanez made? Is it like a modern thing? Yeah, 120 quid. Stevie, you know, if you're, I wouldn't. That would definitely be a shout if I was looking at a modern, what the microcube is. It's purely because they were, a third of that to get one. Was why everyone should have one, and I know what it is. It's just that thing about it can have tons of effects and all that stuff on it, like that wee Line 6 one had it, like hundreds of effects and 5 different amp modelling and all sorts of shit, but none of them were good. It's like you're sitting there going like, this is a terrible sound, but I've got a full EQ. It's not making it any better, it's just different versions of the same shit sound, whereas I just want a nice sound. Oh, modern one. I think there's the serial number will tell you. Is it IC they sometimes say for Indonesia? Doesn't matter though. Charges with a phone charger. That's got to be a useful thing. But the thing is, I wonder. You must be able to get like one of your fucking power brick things to run on that. I mean, actually, in fact, see when you buy the wee Temu pedals. No, you don't get it with the Temu. Used to get it and it gave you like comes with power supply, which is basically a Roland a Boss center negative power adapter with a USB on the other end. So you just stick the USB into your phone. So I mean that would work like that. So you could just get one of those power brick things for a couple of quid, and then use the USB port without, and then just fucking just duct tape it to the back of the amp. Sounds pretty easy. Stock pickups are Infinity R, they're generic cheap ceramic ones. They're alright, those pickups, but they do look cool. Again, it's one of those things, see when you put them in something else, they work really fucking well, and I see if you put one of them in the bridge position on a Strat, it's like, yeah! It's like the perfect guitar for that. I think that the problem with some of even the more expensive Ibanez, is they've got to do everything. So like the V7 and the V8, you've got to be able to play jazz on it, you've got to be able to play country rockabilly on it, you've got to be able to play metal on it, so it's somewhere in the middle. It's good, it can do all of those things. Whereas maybe if you want your DiMarzio Super Distortion, like me, it's never even good for jazz or country, you know what I mean? But it's good for, you need ones in the middle. Geiker Super would try to get Mark to put some bits and bob. I would like him. It was blocked. Well, it's not a case of being blocked. You're just not allowed to put links in the description. I didn't set that up. I could. It depends. It's like the idea of upgrading guitars. See, but I know, Andrew, I get it. Your guitars, you've got your half dozen guitars and you want to do tons of stuff to them. That's totally fine. I totally get that. It's just that I've got lots of guitars, so I would, if I was going to upgrade a bridge, like for this one, I would be looking at it and going, is this the one I should be upgrading the bridge on, or should I be upgrading the bridge on that one or that one? So it's like, I'm not really that. I'm never going to be one for, I'm going to change the hardware on this guitar to black. I'm not going to do that, I don't think. I'm enjoying looking at myself playing this as well. It's not too wee. I don't know how it feels much bigger than the Gibson, but it does. I mean, I'm really tempted to get John Letts. John Letts, have you ever watched any of these again? I had to phone you because I want you to rewind a couple of pickups for me. This being one of them, probably. It's kind of one of those things that I'm now, see when they end up, basically when I got this, wasn't worth 100 quid I paid for it. So it's like, I can do anything to it. I'm like thinking fuzz pedals, fucking P-bass pickups, everything in it. And now that I'm actually quite liking it, and it's got a bit of class to it, I know it sounds silly, but it does have an elegance, which is just, the Gibson one has an elegance. This has an elegance. The Epiphone one has none of that. It's completely different. My guitars are the guitars of Theseus, not of Eros. I think they're a great. Andy, I agree with that. Yeah, they're a great blank canvas for using effects where they kind of do everything. They're not too much of anything. Whereas I like a bright, low-powered, jangly pickup that, even without really any distortion, you get that super jangle. If you pure batter it, it distorts. Sorry, I was getting a wee bit. I like that. That's what I want in a pickup. I understand that that's not what everyone wants. I'm not in a band, and I'm not chasing sounds. I do understand that if you're in a pub band and you want to sound like Dave Gilmour for this song and then the next song Slash, you do need, I can see where your modelling amps and all that shit comes in. I'm not going to be in that position. I found that very much when I was in Cranking House, the band I was in, when I was writing songs. When we were playing things like Judas Priest Breaking the Law, when I was using the Telecaster, kind of didn't have it because, for the riff, because it's a humbucker thing and it's so that. But see, any song that I'd written, it didn't matter whether I was using single coils or humbuckers because there was no reference point. So you're like, it was basically, you could do whatever you want. It was fucking great. And I would go in and one week with a telly, and it would sound like this. Then the next week I'd go in with a Strat, and it would be completely different. It was like fucking great because there was no. The rest of the band hated me doing that. Why can't you do? I think what you should do is just learn a solo and then just get really good at that one solo and play that. And like, it's a fucking, you don't understand, man. A solo is not a thing that you learn. That's a part. So if you're playing in the Eagles, you learn parts. Oh, I learnt the part. It's not a solo. A solo only happens once. Oh. The ship of Theseus, Sugar's boom for the rest of us. Alright, I got you. Oh, did Manny pass away? Right, I didn't know that. I saw a picture of him the other day. I wondered why. I always thought he looked quite cool. How would you describe the PF1 pickups in the Mansons? They're supposed to be PF. It's a bit wanky, that, Andrew. I'm sorry. I don't describe things like that. No, I don't know. I don't even know what. I mean, I've never played a 1958. Well, I have, but I've never had one for any length of time to work it out. There's ones I like and there's ones I don't like, and it's a case of. Generally, let's be honest, the ones you got up here, oh, they're really good. Actually, my favourite pickup, I don't even know what it is. The one that I put in this is my favourite bridge pickup ever existed. I don't know what it is. It's a DiMarzio of some sort. But this also, I'd done a lot of work on this guitar before I assembled it. This guitar is fucking amazing. And that pickup is the perfect pickup for it. Complete random chance. It just happened. It was the one that was in the bridge of my Paul Gilbert guitar. And when I bought the Paul Gilbert, the guy was selling. He said he had upgraded pickups for it that he hadn't fitted with Steve Vai ones, which I bought as well. For them, and I just put them in because they were white, and then I obviously was like looking at it going, I think that's DiMarzio as well. I don't know. But you don't have a Gibson Les Paul as a reference point. So that's my point. I don't know. I mean, but the thing is, I do understand that you've got to describe them. It's just dead. I mean, I'm just trying to use words that aren't it's not transparent and plummy. I'm trying to say spanky and twangy. You know what I mean? Trying to make up my own adjectives. Preferred Manny when he played with Primal Scream, can't really stand his stories. To be honest, I don't really feel that much difference between them. My first ever gig that I ever saw was Primal Scream. Didn't really get it. I was really disappointed. It wasn't what I thought a gig was going to be at the Barras, and it was like, out came this wee guy, a wee junky looking guy, who was like pure, and everyone was like, up here, oh, you're amazing, you're like that. It's like, he's fucking out his face. He's fucking doing fuck all. What's amazing about that? That was my attitude at the time. I must have been so disappointing going to see the Stones in the 70s. You know what I mean? You went and they're all just full of smack. Like, the fuck off. Had that, Never Meet Your Heroes. I met Sam Topman from Dragon Force. And I think the singer left a couple of weeks after this, but he was basically just steaming and shite at the guitar. And you're like, yeah, man, it's like, you're doing a gig. You can't just be steaming and shite. You can be steaming and still be able to play the guitar well, but you can't be steaming and shite. That's shit. I would never do that. You know what I mean? Is that DiMarzio the perfect bridge pickup, or is it happen to be the perfect bridge pickup for that specific guitar? That is a question it could be. I put in another variable. Is it the perfect bridge pickup for that specific guitar for me? So, yes. So, is that the perfect neck for that body with the perfect bridge with the perfect pickup in the perfect guitar for me? Yes. There's a lot of things to tick off. Bobby Gillespie's a tit. I don't really know anything about him. That was the first time I'd ever heard. Everyone's going, oh, Bobby, and out came this wee guy like that. Pure, Oh, yeah. What do you want to get loaded? I fucking hate that song. See the amount of times I heard that fucking song. I was a teenager at uni. It's like up here. Oh, what do you want to do? We gotta get loaded. Oh, God, this again. That and that fucking lager. Like, oh, fuck off. Bastards. But that's why I'm going to go see what the best pickup is for this. It might not necessarily be the EBO pickup. Kitty's violated feelings. My plot twist. My little boy was dropping F-bombs in Super Mario Brothers. I don't know. Is Mario Brothers online? I do remember when I first got the Xbox, it was purely because I didn't realise you could get the online thing, and my wee brother had one, and he was like up here, he had the headset thing, so you could talk to your own team. I don't know, there's 80 on your team and 8 of the other team, and you could talk to your own team on the headset, but see if you were close to the person on the other team, they could hear you talking, like in the game you were close. And it was fucking brilliant, but by the time it came to the second game, they didn't do that anymore. They took it away because obviously people were getting butt hurt. I mean, the thing was you could go up, sneak up behind someone, stab them and go, ha ha, got you bastard. You could say that and they would hear you know what I mean? Even though they were on the other team, but they took it out. The way he stands it right now, possibly, yeah. He didn't impress me. Some people impress me and some people don't. I went to see Oasis and there was one rock star on that stage and it was Liam. The rest of the band were fannies. Absolute fucking worth nothing. Liam was, okay, he's singing Oasis songs, but he's at least engaging with the audience and doing something. The rest of the band are just like that. Oh, chum. Fucking rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Like to the point of just going, oh, for fuck's sake. And that could have been a band I'd never heard before and they're playing Bar Bliss and Kirky. You know what I mean? And I didn't pay any money to get in. I would still be like, oh, for fuck's sake, that's awful. It was just that. Fucking terrible. I don't know if there was any bands that were truly off their head, out their faces. Oh, that guy from... What's his face? Who's that? The guy I didn't hate, Josh Homme. What a tit. I saw him live at the Downloads 2 years ago. What a fanny. I don't really... I don't really like that song very much, but I thought there must be other songs that are like that. That was the only song I recognised. I didn't like any of the other songs, and the guy's like, I hope you're not all as drunk as me. Oh, yeah, you're wonderful. No. He's a dick. That's what I thought. I'm not doing that. The Stone Roses and the Smiths are the same bag for me. Good tunes, but awful frontmen. I don't really hate the Stone Roses as much, but maybe if I'd been 2 years older, maybe I would have. Maybe that was as much. Also, at least the thing about the bump bump, I'm sure I could probably. Yeah, I mean, it's like, at least there was some music in that. So, and then what you're saying is the singing, when you get how do we appeal to the most people? You just do something that anybody can sing. What do you mean? It's like, well, Kate Bush is pure amazing, but nobody can sing it. Everyone can do that, so you just get like fucking everyone can sing it perfectly like the record because it's bollocks. I get that, but at least there's music in the background with Oasis to took that away. I did see Oasis at Hampden Park. I didn't want to go. I had to go because the thing was, I was very aware of. See, I pride myself in not doing things on principle. If you know what I mean, one of my pals, I've not been watching this, and he would like, I remember he was up here, he didn't like the Doors. I don't like the Doors. And it's like later on, you could, over the years, occasionally there's Doors song on, and it's like sitting there, and you could see he was enjoying it, and it's like, oh, that's a good one, it's like, it's the Doors, I don't like the Doors. And you're like, no, admit to yourself that you can change. If I might not like a band, and then you hear one song and you go, oh no, but I like that one. I don't want to be. Well, before I said they were shit, so I was kind of the whole time with Oasis thinking, I'm missing something. there's something I'm not getting. They're going to come out with a song that's good, or I'm going to like, and it's going to be difficult. So I was always prepared for that, and they never did. I don't know who Jake Bug is. I also shall not tolerate the Queens and Sodas. Honestly, go and see him if you were there and say it was good. Then you're listening with different ears than I am. I think you'll find it was me that said Oasis make music for people who don't like music. I believe I coined that, actually. It's like, no, it's Oasis are the band for the people who think it might be quite cool to be into a band. It's like, why do you like that? Oh, it's pure cool. To be honest, I've been in bands with people like that as well. Oh, why do you like being in a band? Oh, it's pure cool being in a band. It's like I get to pure be in a band and I can tell people I'm in a band. Is that right? Do you enjoy playing? It's like, yeah, I can just play the notes and like that. But there's no actual. They don't play. They learn they play a sequence. I've seen it so often. It's inherent with a lot of guitarists and or musicians in general. There are different ways of doing it. You get the total free-former who refuses to learn anything, which is not the way to go. And then you get the person who learns all 28 notes in this arpeggio by Steve Vai and just sits and plays it, and that's what they can do. In the middle, you know what I mean? It's like, I suppose it's like the politics thing is like pure are you left or right? No, in the middle is the right way because neither extreme is good. So the extreme of just sitting and learning fucking notes and not listening to it at all, not listening to what you're playing, just playing the sequence because it's harmonically in the book, doesn't matter. And also the other point of just playing what you think sounds good, it doesn't work either because you do need some structure. You can do it on your own, I suppose, but you can't be sitting there going, sometimes I play 3 chords and sometimes I play 4 and sometimes I just speed up and slow down. You're like, yeah, but what about anyone else? What about some poor fool who's trying to play along with you? You can't do that. You can't just do 4 beats and then do 3 and but you can, but it's got to be a very specific time. You can't just do whatever you want. You end up playing nonsense. I don't know, Oasis don't offend me as much anymore because I don't hear very much about them. I don't think anyone really thinks they're good. It's all about the attitude. And it's like, yeah, but he's fucking... There's other attitude to be had. No, I don't want the attitude. That's why I'm not really that into punk. I don't like punk. Because it's that whole, you don't need to be good at your instrument. You don't need to be classically trained, but you need to try. Like, no, I don't like learning scales. Well, that's all fine and well if you can play, but if you don't like learning scales and you sound fucking shit, then learn some scales. Once you learn nodes and functions and me bending random notes in a minor pentatonic, I'm off the pen. I don't even know. I never knew what the pentatonic scale was. Modal harmonic. The thing is, I do understand all these things. It's just a word for some cool bit. Someone's just organised, give it to words so you can communicate what it is. You know what I mean? The reason that's an A is so that I can go to you and say, and you can play it too. So it doesn't really matter how you get there. Two Talk was never music, always about the message. Yeah, but you can still have a good fucking song. It's like, it can only be 3 chords. Yeah, there's plenty of fucking songs that are easy to play that are really fucking good. Some of my favourite. That's what I always find when you start learning to play the guitar. It's like, don't play what you is your favourite, but it doesn't matter because I was actually bought, I think what might have been my first ever T-Rex album when I was about 14 or something. I think it might be that. I got in a charity shop, it was 5 CDs for £1, but it could be this one because I kind of recognise all the songs. It's just it's a greatest hits, but it's just in the right order. And I was listening to that and it was like, yeah, that's fucking great. But it's like, you know, how... and shout, get it all hanging, but you can't fool know how you play any of these songs, but I can fucking hum it. I've probably not heard it in 20 years. But that's good, you know what I mean? Yeah, but it could be a vocal, but the thing is, it can be a simple thing. But if it's a simple, it doesn't mean that it's easy to play. That's where Oasis are a proper punk band, because you just take out the rhythm and it goes chord change, chord change, chord change, chord change, chord change, chord change, and it's just there's no, it never ever goes. No, it doesn't. It goes. Fucking. There's nothing in there. I don't know how you define punk, but I know I don't think the Damned and the Stranglers count either. You know, like, I suppose, in true punk, can you play it? You know, it's like things like Golden Brown. I really don't like the subject matter, but it's fucking great. And we no more heroes. That's fucking brilliant. It doesn't matter whether it's easy or not, or simple. It doesn't matter. It's fucking. I mean, it's not hard. That's not the point. But being able to play it like that is the thing. I even thought when I bought the Nevermind the Bollocks album, because I thought, as a punk, it was only 50 pence. How often do you see these things? And it was like me and my pal, I bought the Nevermind the Bollocks slap for 50 pence. You want to listen to it? I bet you it might be pure shit. And we're 2 hours watching after a couple of songs. We're like that. It's not punk. It's really fucking, and it's the fucking Sex Pistols album. I think if anything is punk, Nevermind the Bollocks is the punk album, and it isn't that. No, punk shite. This is alright. It's kind of like rocky blues with a bit of distortion. It's not shit. You know what I mean? The 999 are criminally underrated yet. So the Vibrators, that's the one with what's his face? That guy with a weird spike that runs down the middle of his head, and he's got a really strange shaped guitar. Yeah, but I mean, they're good players, but it's kind of like in just a general, I don't know, AC/DC, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Thin Lizzy, just rock song thing. Kind of not really that different from what the Sex Pistols were doing. You know what I mean? Okay, a little bit raw sounding, but I mean, if you go back to even like, you know, the early Stone singles and stuff like that, good punk is just rock and roll. Well, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I don't really. It's that, I think the thing that gets me into it's so much more, and it's a wee bit the same with metal. Like when I went to Ozfest 98, it's not just the music. It's all about the fashion and the hairstyles and the tattoos and the piercings. You're like, no, it fucking isn't. It's about the music. I don't give a fuck about fashions and hairstyles and tattoos and fuck that. So that's the thing that gets me about the punk. If it's just the music, that's fine. I'm only interested in music. I don't give a fuck what the band looks like or who likes them or what style they are. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, like it, don't like it, that's it. I was messing around with the Lionel Richie solo. Like there's one Lionel Richie solo. Hello, okay. Lionel Richie, hello. Turned out a spaghetti western, that. Sounds good. I was playing some spaghetti western. If anyone can't play The Ecstasy of Gold, I shall show you right now. I've never played it on the bass before. So it's A in it. Yeah. Not them. Then D, C, na 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 da 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 da. That's rock, even though it's not rock. Oh, listen to UK subs, the idea it's pure 50s rock roll. Bull howling battle jacket wearing emo and goth, but also more about fashion and culture more than music. Well, but that does not mean that My Chemical Romance aren't good, because My Chemical Romance are good. Again, well, the Black Parade's fucking that one. When I was so young, but that's fucking amazing. It's not, but it's got more to do with It's just a rock and roll band. It's not punk. It's like even my pals didn't want to go and see Green Day at Download last year. I was like, no, honestly, you're fucking lucky. Peter's like, Green Day pop shite. No, watch the show. They're fucking great. The musician, it doesn't matter. You'll recognise half the songs unlike half of them, but the show is there. The music is there. If you don't like the music, that's what I like in music. If it's a band I don't like, but they play well together, I can survive on listening to the interplay between a good rhythm section with good solos. That'll get me through shit songs. When there's nothing there, I struggle. MCR's good if you're fucking a sad 45-year-old man. Fuck you, Kit Kats. Danger Days, that album is fucking brilliant. I really like it. Running, try to learn your... There's so much just to do with swagger, though. Like playing well is obviously important if you're a band, but see, the overconfidence, that was my secret. When I started playing the guitar, and when I got in a band, which was only 6 months after I started playing the guitar, I realised that I didn't know what I was doing. So I had the option of playing the songs like this. Like that. Or I could be going... And I was making lots of mistakes, but at least I didn't look boring. Even though I was fucking all over the place wrong, I was able to wing it enough. And because I was jumping about, if I was jumping about, it didn't matter if I missed it, I could catch up. Who's got time for chords either? You got a bass, Mr. W? Because if you don't have one, you're missing out a trick on how you play easy lead guitar. Try and play this drunk. Yeah, so that's the longest anyone's ever played. Fucking Blake 7 on the bass before. The buzz after playing a good set is unreal, but the shame after playing a snide set, swings and roundabouts. I don't. It's been a while, but I know what you mean. I've always been a principled fellow, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It's like I feel like I've let myself down. That's why I can't play in a pub covers band. I've been even in fucking when I was in Cranking House before we started doing original stuff. I was only in there for a very short time. You know, it's you're playing. I like Judas Priest. It's we can play either of their songs. Right? Oh, you can Breaking the Law or Living After Midnight. Right. Oh, I really like Electric Eye. No, it's Living After Midnight or Breaking the Law. All right, okay. Right. Thin Lizzy. It's like, pure, oh yeah, we can do Dancing in the Moonlight or The Boys Are Back in Town or Jailbreak. It's like, what about Killing the... No. And you're like, fuck that. I would have felt ill. Mr. Whitesnake, you don't play bass yet. There's a great meme I keep seeing coming up, and it's like it's a bus, and it's two folks sitting in the back seat of a bus. It's a guitarist and a bass player, and the guitarist, it's like clouds that are in the back side, on the side of that bus, and on the right hand side it's where the bass player is. It's all sunny uplands, and the bass player sitting there, the guitarist sitting there going like that. Pure, it's a C diminished 7th augmented 9 plus a root on the 13th, and he's like that. Pure, and then the bass player sitting there like that. C. Which is great. I mean, when I was in that blues band, my favourite bit was the bit where one of the songs went from A to A7, and I could just, plump away on the A, but pure emphasise the A7, so I would give it the pure. And I would just fucking stay on the same note and everything else changed. It was amazing. I'm sorry, I know, I said at the very start, if you go back, I was like, yeah, they are doing my head in, but I'm buying a new bridge, and I would hate to lose these strings. I've not poked myself in the eye. If anyone wants to give me any money, I'll cut them right now. Electric Eye was the one that broke it for me. Space, I'm looking down on you. I'm right up trying to place and anything you do. I praise the tide and don't be not your secret. That's always don't escape from my pain all the time. I get no passion. I just green. I'm perpetual. I keep the country clean. Electric Spy. Fucking great song. Screaming for vengeance. Screaming for vengeance. Fucking getting told what to play and how to play. Exactly. Aye, no. Yeah, but I mean, there is a point where you have to take the responsibility and go, well, if somebody else is expected to play along with something, you know what I mean? It has to be a set number of things. You know what I mean? It's like pure, I'm going to do 3 bars and then 5 bars and then 6 bars and then 2 bars and then 5 bars in this song. Right, okay. It's possible that could be the song, but if it's very specifically, here's a bit that's... So we're playing a kind of normal song, and then there's this bit where it goes into a funny timing and goes... And then goes back into... All right, cool. It's like a really weird bit that's very well specifically placed. As opposed to, no, I'm just playing this chord, then I'm playing this other chord that doesn't fit, and then I'm playing this other chord. You're like, no. Just thinking about it. That's what I said to the guy I gave a bass to yesterday. I was thinking of buying Rhythm Music. He was going to buy an orange amp just so that because it matched his sofa, he was going to sit in the corner and look cool. I was like, I should really get one of them. But it's just a case of getting in there. Give us Dancing in the Moonlight bass. I don't know if I could probably work it out, but I mean, that was one of the ones I saw a band. I don't know, were you at that gig when we played at the bungalow, and there was a pub band, support band, and they were playing that, and it's just like, it's so bland. I don't know it. I know he's hanging about with the deviant. He is one of the fucking deviants. What do you mean hanging about with him? Hanging about with his own kind. But yeah, no, I was saying to him, I was like, yeah, I mean, you look him up, just don't buy a Harley Benton. He was like, what's a Harley Benton? And that you'll find out. Don't believe it. I don't even know. I mean, I'm sure it goes. Something like that, innit? And I've never played that before because I don't like the song. You want to meet a drummer? Did you intentionally spell that meet? M-E-A-T? The drummer, honestly, Mr. Whitesnake, it's terrifying. I actually managed to force Jen into playing with it after the end when she was in filming us the other night. I was like, you play the bass. I was like, oh no, you play the bass and I'll stand in front of you and pretend I'm playing. No, you're playing the fucking bass. We don't mime in this band. And luckily, Craig, the guitarist, jumped in. I was like, aye, there's no miming here. You've got to fucking play it. So they made her do it. And it's like, it's such a... It's like running downhill when you're playing with other people. Especially, you're getting caught up with it and it's fast. And it's like, you've got to run along with the side of the... If you stop running, then you just fucking fall by the wayside and die. You've got to keep going. It's fucking amazing. But if you can learn to play along with a click track, just a simple, boom, boom, have that on. What about Undercover the Night? Wee bit Radar Lovey. I went on the wheel. But able to see when you get to the point of loving the click track, it's amazing, especially for playing bass, but even more so on the guitar. It gives you such freedom to know exactly what to do and not play the right chords. It doesn't matter because you know whatever you do, it's A there. It goes A, dun da 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 bam bam da 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 bam da 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 A. But you just know that A's there. You just do whatever you want. It's amazing. What's JDP? Are you getting adverts? I'm sorry I'm putting adverts on. The thing is, I have to put adverts on because they'll get taken off me because I've been playing too many covers. The thing is, see, I found this out. See, the targeted ads, they're not targeted to me. They don't give a fuck what I'm doing. The adverts aren't for me. They're for you. So you're getting adverts because you're into Prada, Andy. That's it. I don't think I've ever had anything offensive off you ever, Stevie. Maybe I'm just not taking offence to anything you've said because it's all been meant in good humour, probably. Or I've taken it as good humour. There you go. I don't really comment on anything else's stuff, especially when it's saying nasty. I would just say something nasty on here. You know what I mean? Who's JDP? I don't know who JDP is. Scale length, not long enough. Tell Mr. Whitesnake. Short scale, it's all you need. It's not the scale you use, it's what you play on it. And I play Black Sabbath. the dark corner of YouTube. I think I only live on the light side. Is this the adult pay for you? You got to send your driving license, your passport photo in to get onto dark side of YouTube. Fair enough. I'm not really in there. To watch this. So true that playing to a click track is important. First thing is, in a song I've never played before, is what is your kick drum pattern? I never answer. I would just play along and expect them to, if there was going to be a different bit, you know, you watch them and they kind of look at you and go, as if to say, oh, this bit's different. But I mean, again, I've not been taking Alan, our drummer, lightly, but I can do whatever I want to bass because he's there. And it's like, there was a couple of comments when Jen was playing Paranoid, along with when I was filming it. You know, basically took my bass and played a song, and after the end, and the first comment was, "How come the drummer's not doing any fills for fuck's sake?" And it's like, because me and him in every song, basically, whenever there's a fill, we're having a wee conversation. So it's like we're not playing the ones off the album. So it's like pure, whatever we know where there are drum fills and breaks and shit like that. So I will play what the fuck he's playing, and he will the first time it passes through, we'll both try something different, and the second time it comes round, we'll both do something that contains both what I played and what he played, and they'll both click together and shit like that, and just the wee silly bits of putting an extra beat in. Because I do it, he notices it as well. He's done it. You know, we rarely talk about it, but there's quite a lot. We're playing some, a song we've played lots of times. I'll go biddle it, you know, like just nothing, not even looking at him, just diddle it, and then the next time it cycles through, he's like, yeah, bip, 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 and vice versa, and that's where you have fun. But basically, just playing along with it. I kind of learned it a wee bit more from the loop pedal as well, but it's that whole thing about, there's so many, you know, we were talking earlier on about the way some people learn by learning a sequence. Well, the problem with that is it's like listening to a CD, so you've got your 80-minute CD, you've listened to the first few songs hundreds of times, but you always keep putting it on at the start, so you've heard the first song 10 times as often as you've heard the 10th song. But if you actually just go like that, well, fuck it, I know it's that note, whatever I want, that note, and then worry about the bits in between the notes, but definitely hit that note, definitely hit that note, definitely hit that note, definitely hit that note, and definitely go back to the start again. In the middle, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you put in between the first two notes. It doesn't, you know, so the notes are... That's the notes, so you can go... So obviously putting all those extra bits in is great, but as long as you're hitting... Yeah, quite difficult. Oh, it's just a 30-inch scale, yeah. It's just a wee bit chunkier. Alright, catch you later, Joachim. So, but I actually need the toilet, so I'm going to have to go to bed as well. Always preferred fills and solos are improvised. I think so, but there's some that are really iconic. I think it really got me, I remember saying, was it Stephen Stills? Stephen Stills hated George Harrison. Not that I'm a huge Stephen Stills fan, but he was like, he was meant to be playing, I think he actually played, it was he wrote Fucking It Don't Come Easy, and he was just like, for fuck's sake, just we've recorded it, you know what I mean? He didn't want to spend 48 hours recording a fucking 3-minute song. It's like, we've done it. Fuck it, next. Different approaches, but the same with the Eagles. And I remember seeing Sammy Hagar and is it Felder, the guy who gets sacked from the Eagles, and he was playing Hotel California on the double neck SG, and it was absolutely the part. And you're like, yeah, we've heard that. That's the part that's on the record. But that's how you play it. And you're like, well, how can you do that? How can you so lock it down to never do it again? You know what I mean? That's like, if you listen to any real band when they're playing and it's a song that's a year old. They recorded it a year ago. By the time it gets, you're fucking better at it. They've worked out better bits to put in it, and you know, it's like, at least that's the way I think it should be. I like something to, you know, progress and evolve and be a bit natural. You know what I mean? I don't having just something that's just. The thing about being playing along with a click track is 90% of the time you are 4/4, and it can be played bum ch bum ch. So if you can play along with a bum ch, you can play along with a bump bump. You can play along with anything. Maybe need to change the jack socket on this. Oh, I missed out. What kind of car did you buy, Mr. Whitestate? You said it was a BMW. The only thing I've got to warn about the BMW, my pal Ronnie bought one just about a month ago, and he had to get the brakes fixed, and the brakes cost 500 quid to get pads and discs, and I just got my Honda MOT, and I needed pads and disc as well, and I was 300 quid for the MOT and the pads and disc. He was 500 quid for the pads and discs. Don't ever talk about what's not to like about Joe Walsh. He's fucking hilarious. He's a bit drunk, but I mean, yeah, no, he's great. But I don't hate the Eagles. I like him. I like who's the original guitarist? That obviously we've seen the. No, I like bits of it. Old Grey Whistle Test. Is it Bernie Leadon? He's the bass player. Who's the guitarist again? He's playing the Telecaster. He's got big teeth and a really bad haircut. Woo! Hey, Jess! My patron. How's it going? No, but Joe Walsh is fucking amazing. He's just so funny. And he's like a dream. But I can't remember. It's annoying me. I can't remember what the original. Bernie Leadon's the bass player. No, he's not. Whoever it is, but he's good. And I like. So they've got bits in it. You know what I mean? But Jesse was saying that this bass sounds like the best EB ever. It doesn't sound like an EB. It sounds fucking great. I'm really enjoying playing it. So the thing is, I'm asking you what kind of car you bought, and someone said it was a BMW, and you could tell me what it was, and there's about 2 BMWs I know. One of them's the X3, because that's the one that Ronnie bought, and the other one is the 3 Series and the 5 Series, and chilling. I think I'm. But you retire evening for the night, or just retire from the Princess luxury super yacht. Just think some of the things that folk like Prince Andrew have done on the boats that you built. Are you aware of that? Use cruise control I didn't like the cruise control. The thing is that I thought, because we're obviously down at Blackpool, I'm going down to download, so the first bit's the same, you just turn right at Blackpool. But I found I've got nothing to fucking do. Yeah, we're going along, especially see the boring bits. There's a boring bit before you get, like, you're still in Scotland. There's a really boring bit before you get to Gretna. It's like Rainy Hills, and then you get like Gretna, and then fucking Metal Bridge, and I can't remember what it is. You pass Carlisle, and then you've got another boring bit of English Rainy Hills. There's fucking nothing to look at. Those bits, I just feel I needed something to do, and it's like you're sitting there like I didn't like the fact that it was accelerating, slowing down. I felt it when it's accelerating, when you're not pushing the pedal, it feels a bit out of control. I thought, I don't know. I don't know. I need to give it another shot. I mean, I've got fucking. That's what my dad was telling me a couple of weeks ago. He was talking about looking at a new car. He's like, up here, this one's got radar graded cruise control. I was like, up here, I've got that. And he's like, no, this like locks on in the car in front. It's like, up here, I've got it. It's like a targeting computer from Star Wars. And he's like, here. How can you how can you have that? Echo feckin'. Wait, an echo feckin'. And also Obi-Wan Canonby as well. And is Botany Bay not there as well somewhere? But wait an echo feckin' minute. One Lock Head. I don't know that one. I do remember Obi-Wan Kenobi. Echo Feckin. See, once I've set this up, it's going to play like a fucking... like a finger tapping machine. But so much, I mean, and I'm admitting it so much of because I love the look of this. This was the bass I wanted when I realised basses existed. I wanted this. Maybe I didn't want it to be black, but it's got the things that I want. Highest village in Britain. Oh, I know the bit you mean. No, it's not Britain. It's England. Yeah, there's higher ones, but no, I know the one you mean. Yeah, it's got the bit where it tells you there's lots of hills and one of them just says something peak and it gives you how many feet it is. Yeah, I know the bit you mean. Yeah. This is such a comfortable bass to play. Nintendo being contacted. I don't worry about it. It's Nintendo. What are they going to do about it? You ever, is it a podcast? I don't even. Is Nintendo only the Switch now? I don't even know. What's the point in having a console if you've got the battery option? But I mean, if you've got, if I could get on, we'll get some. Oh no, you can't talk though, can you? What would be the point in that? I was playing that F-Zero and I won my first Grand Prix last week. Was that even video and sent it to fucking Jen? She's like, "Oh, well done." Not being sarcastic at all. Because that fucking I totally destroyed it. I can't even remember what it was. I think I got fucking nearly first in every race, which is like totally ridiculous. I'm looking at the photos so I can see how well I did in my super fucking game of F-Zero, which is my favourite game of all time, officially, and it's that one. If you'd asked me 2 years ago what my favourite game of all time, it was F-Zero. Which one? Probably the one for the 64. Now it's not. Now it's the one for the Switch. Oh no, I didn't delete it. No, of course I didn't. Of course I didn't. Nope. I was, there you go. First, second, first. Proof, indeed. Also, the music for this is fucking great. Is it gonna, if I play this, it might actually come through. It's not very loud. Nah, it's not picking up. But I need to learn that song because it's got the best synth bass ever. Oh. Just needs a P. Well, there's thoughts. I'll put a P bass in it, pick up how it has to. There you go, so it's there. Why can I play anything in this space? It's amazing. Have you tried? I've just recently converted to coffee, and you get in Lidl just now. You can get Nescafe caramel, and I'm addicted to that shit. It's great. I've got an interesting fact about Space Invaders. This is a really interesting one. Genuinely a perfect one to end the stream with. Space Invaders, right? You know the game. I'm talking about the original Atari one and all of them. So it starts off. You've got, I don't know, 30 invaders coming on, and they're going dunk, 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 like that, right? And then when it gets to the end, it's going. There's only one left, and it's going. Yeah. Basically, they're just set up. The only reason it's slow at the start wasn't intentional. It's just the processor can't cope with it. So basically it puts all the sprites in the screen and goes as fast as it can. And as you destroy them, it's got less to deal with. So it gets faster because that's what the memory is. And it wasn't, the original design was like, we'll sort that. And they went, no, it's fine. Was it Atari or whatever it was? I thought that was pretty amazing. So basically, Space Invaders wasn't meant to start off slow and then get faster until you got to the last guy. It was just meant to be fast. It was at maximum speed the whole time. It's just because it was trying to deal with so much information, the processor couldn't deal with it. And as you destroyed the sprites or the Galaxians, they got more things. And you gotta stop, Granny stop, Granny stop, Granny stop, my Sharona. Yeah, I'm gonna give up now. But Red Dead Redemption 2, possibly. That doesn't sound that complicated. I did do the Grand Theft Autos. Did you see the Grand Theft Auto Corsaith thumbnail? It's Grand Theft Auto. Was it? It's just down. It's basically about 500 yards in that direction, but you have to walk down miles to get to it. I just thought, I'm going to take a photo of that. Aye. But as long as it's not that fucking Zelda Breath of the Wild, that's just so big. You just look at it going, how many weeks of playing before you can actually even know what the fuck it is you meant to be doing? Fuck that. I like the Red Dead Redemption. I should know about an underage, possibly. Yeah, you're better off not knowing some of these things. I saw a Gary Glitter record the other day, and it was like pure. It's a shame because the thing is, there are some good songs. Kiss used to use "Oh Rock and Roll." I mean, that's good, and it's like, "Do you want to be in my guy?" Like once we know what your gang is. No. Rock on, and I shall see you during the week. I should be waiting for there should be some upgrades coming for this, possibly, and I'll probably some bass. I'll maybe do a couple of bass lessons. But yeah, buy that Thunderjet, Mr. Whitesnake. 150 quid. The thing is, it's like, I can use the Thunder in the Sabbath band. I've got one. It's too good. It's too precise. I need a sloppy, fuzzy, crappy sound. And the Thunder is too bump, bump, bump. It's too notey. You can hear all the notes. I don't want to be able to hear all the notes. It's really annoying. Sorry, Gary. The thing is, I know that's a very fucking thing that you don't want to be saying, but I can understand. I mean, it's that whole principle thing as well. It's like maybe a little bit of the Kiss thing. If you get it, it's meant what it's meant to be. It kind of makes sense. Sort of. Too much gear and can't escape zombies. Rock on. I love you all. Give me any messages during the week and we'll fucking do some shit. If anyone's got any ideas for videos to do, I don't know. I've got the guitar. But I did actually manage to play the bass all night. There you go. One bass. And I just totally just hit myself in the plums there when I picked it up. Just a wee bit. Just the slightest knock, but right in the wrong place. It's throbbing.